In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air shimmers with heat, a creature of ethereal beauty roams, a white lion, a rare and majestic symbol of nature's splendor. But beneath this stunning exterior lies a grim reality, a tale of survival marred by a horrific affliction. As we draw closer, the sight is both captivating and repulsive. A barnacle wound, grotesque and pulsating, festers on the lion's flank. This is not merely a wound. It is a battleground, a testament to the relentless struggle between life and death, beauty and decay. The barnacle, a marine crustacean, has found an unlikely host in this regal beast, transforming its once pristine coat into a canvas of suffering. Barnacle, often associated with the ocean's depths, has somehow made its way onto the lion, a creature of the land. This peculiar infestation is a stark reminder of nature's unpredictability. The barnacle, with its hard calcareous shell, clings tenaciously to the lion's skin, burrowing in and creating a gaping wound that oozes with infection. The sight is enough to turn the stomach. The flesh around the barnacle is raw and inflamed, a vivid red that contrasts sharply with the lion's pale fur. This grotesque growth is not just a physical burden. It is a source of immense pain and suffering for the lion, who now struggles to hunt, to roam, and to assert its dominance in a world that is both beautiful and brutal. As we delve deeper into the science of this infestation, we uncover the dark intricacies of parasitism. The barnacle, in its quest for survival, has become a parasite, feeding off the lion's flesh and blood. This relationship is not one of mutual benefit. Rather, it is a one-sided affair where the barnacle thrives at the expense of its host. The lion, once the apex predator, is now reduced to a mere vessel for the barnacle's insatiable appetite. This grotesque transformation raises questions about the balance of nature and the often cruel realities of survival in the wild. Parasites like the barnacle are nature's opportunists, exploiting weaknesses and vulnerabilities in their hosts. They invade, reproduce, and ultimately weaken their hosts, leading to a slow and painful demise. In the quiet, pastoral landscape where sheep graze peacefully, a dark and unsettling story unfolds. Imagine a sheep, once a symbol of tranquility, now marred by a horrific wound, a gaping, festering cavity where a beehive has taken root. This is not just a simple injury. It is a grotesque testament to nature's unyielding cycle of life and death. The sheep, with its wool matted and stained, becomes a canvas for the relentless invasion of bees, their buzzing a sinister soundtrack to this macabre scene. As we delve deeper into this unsettling reality, we uncover the chilling details of how a seemingly innocuous creature can become a host for a swarm of bees, leading to a gruesome fate. The infestation begins innocently enough. A few bees, drawn to the warmth and shelter of the sheep's thick fleece, find a cozy nook to establish their hive. But what starts as a small colony quickly spirals into chaos. The bees, driven by instinct, burrow deeper into the sheep's flesh, creating a grotesque wound that festers and oozes. The sheep, unable to comprehend the horror unfolding within its own body, becomes a living hive, a grotesque fusion of animal and insect. The buzzing intensifies, a cacophony of life and decay as the bees multiply, feeding on the sheep's tissue and leaving behind a trail of destruction. As the infestation progresses, the sheep's condition deteriorates. The once vibrant creature now struggles to stand, its body a battleground of infection and agony. The bees, oblivious to the suffering they cause, continue their relentless assault, their tiny bodies in the heart of a sun-drenched pasture, where the gentle hum of nature usually sings a soothing lullaby. A dark and unsettling scene unfolds. Picture an ox, a creature typically associated with strength and resilience, now marred by a horrific wound that tells a tale of nature's more sinister side. This is not just any injury. It is a grotesque hive of bees, a living testament to the chaotic intersection of life and death. The ox stands there, its massive frame trembling, not from fear, but from the sheer weight of the infestation that has taken hold of its flesh. The sight is both shocking and captivating, drawing the viewer into a world where the beauty of nature is overshadowed by its darker impulses. As we delve deeper into this unsettling scenario, we must confront the reality of bee infestations. The ox, once a proud symbol of agricultural might, has become a host for a colony of bees that have burrowed into its skin, creating a grotesque hive that pulsates with life. The bees, driven by instinct and survival, have found a warm and unsuspecting home in the ox's flesh, transforming it into a living hive. The wound is a gaping maw, oozing with a mixture of blood and pus, a grotesque cocktail that serves as both a breeding ground for the bees and a source of torment for the ox. Each bee, a tiny soldier in this unholy army, buzzes with purpose, oblivious to the suffering they inflict. The infestation is not merely a physical ailment. It is a complex interplay of biology and behavior. Bees, known for their industrious nature, are drawn to the warmth and moisture of the ox's body. They burrow into the flesh, laying eggs and creating a hive that thrives on the very life force of the animal. The ox, in its agony, in the heart of the Australian outback, where the sun blazes mercilessly and the air shimmers with heat, a scene unfolds that is both shocking and grotesque. Picture a kangaroo, a symbol of the wild, bounding gracefully across the rugged terrain. But today, this kangaroo is not leaping with its usual vigor. Instead, it is burdened by a horrific wound, a gaping hole in its side, oozing with a thick, dark substance. This is no ordinary injury. It is the result of a bee infestation, a phenomenon that is as fascinating as it is repulsive. As we delve deeper into this unsettling narrative, prepare yourself for a journey into the darker side of nature, where beauty and horror intertwine in a dance as old as time. The wound on the kangaroo is a grotesque testament to the power of nature's smallest creatures. Bees, often celebrated for their role in pollination and honey production, can also become agents of destruction. In this case, a colony of bees has taken up residence within the kangaroo's body, creating a hive that has burrowed deep into its flesh. The bees, driven by instinct and survival, have found a warm, living host to exploit. As they multiply, they create a chaotic environment within the kangaroo, where the buzzing of wings and the frantic movement of tiny bodies create a symphony of horror. The once majestic creature is now a host, a living hive, and the sight is enough to turn the stomach of even the most seasoned wildlife observer. As we examine the wound more closely, the details become even more disturbing. The flesh around the hive is necrotic, a sickly shade of green and black, as the bees feast on the living tissue. The kangaroo, in its agony, may attempt to groom the area, but the relentless swarm only intensifies its suffering. Each sting is a reminder of the invasion, a painful jab that adds to the already overwhelming distress. The bees, oblivious to the suffering they cause, continue their work, building their hive and laying eggs, perpetuating a cycle of life that is both fascinating and horrifying. This infestation raises questions